Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I am also known as the Taropist, and I am going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are just going to do a quick whatever comes out reading for the collective today. This can resonate for any placement of any sign at any time. And basically, we're just going to freestyle the reading, pull some cards, and see what messages want to channel through with the help of the tarot and these moon magic oracle cards. Okay. I'm going to go into a little bit of an introduction about myself and the channel and personal readings and things like that. You're welcome to stick around and listen if you're interested in hearing anything about those items. If you've heard it all before or you're just not interested, I will leave a timestamp in the pinned comment below pinned comment below. That's about all. So you will be able to jump right into the beginning of the reading. And for those of you who are interested in knowing a little bit more about myself, again, I am the Taropist, and anything that you would ever need to know about me or the channel, you can find either in the description box below, the channel description, or my community tab. You can certainly always check out my website here, which is www.thetaropist.com. I am currently closed for the Zoom and FaceTime personal readings. However, I am available for the pre-recorded and email readings, and those are listed in the description box below, as well as the payment methods and things like that. If you have any other questions that aren't answered down there for you, you can always email me. The email address is listed below as well, or you can certainly always email me through the website. I think that's about it for those. I will say that the personal readings are obviously going to be the only way to guarantee that I pick up on your personal situation. I do channel energy. So if you would like me to be more likely and you're not interested or unable to purchase a personal reading, but you would like me to be more likely to pick up on your personal situation in my collective readings, then do make sure that you are engaging with the channel in some or as many ways as possible. This is just to make it easier for me to pick up on your personal threads of energy and of course, always to show support for those that you view, right? But some easy ways that you can do that are by liking or commenting on any of the community tab posts or any of the videos. You can certainly always share any of my content. My personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for me to be able to pick up on your personal situation in my collective readings is by you clicking the little subscribe button below. If you are going to subscribe to the channel, guys, and you would like to be notified when I do upload or go live in the future, then please make sure that you have your notifications set to all. I think that's about it. Let's get rocking here. I hope you can't hear my stomach. It's growling away. Let's see what we get for these moon magic oracles. I assess matters carefully and discern wisely. Yeah, there's something about it's bringing up like an emotional response to something or an excitement that you feel initially. By the way, or the opposite of that, kind of like a okay, there's something about that's connected to your own emotions or your own experiences that you're reacting with, and it can either be an excitement, it can be either, or sort of a fear, and they're definitely saying something about the anything that you yes, pattern recognition is important, but also our wounds when we're not completely healed can come up and kind of mislead us on a situation again, even if it's excitement. So they're saying it's kind of an interesting message here, but they're saying like and when somebody maybe feels very supportive of you and you feel very excited about this because you have not had a lot of support maybe in your life, um they're saying even this excessive excitement is a concern because, well, first of all, I want to say that not everything that glitters is gold, and I don't have that card or anything, but I want to say that just because somebody appears to be supportive or what's the right word, friendly actually, then doesn't mean that they actually have good intentions for you. And by the way, just because somebody triggers a wound inside of you doesn't mean they have bad intentions for you. So be aware of your initial reaction to something, and it certainly, I want you to pay attention to your pattern recognition, but sometimes the pattern is your own self-sabotage. Okay, when something feels too good, um we're going to get more. Gratefully, I surrender my struggle. And on the bottom is, I accept that here now is exactly where I am and that it is a place of profound learning. So that's what they're saying, is like you're kind of learning how to discern wisely, and not let your excitement or your fears deter your ability to see things clearly. Okay. This is a really hard place to be, because even in all of the healing that I've done, I'm certainly not healed. I don't know if we ever are, but all the healing that I've done, I still have a hard time with when people are just so kind or nice to me. I still assume that their intentions are good, because I really have a hard time with fake niceness. I don't, because I just think I can't see through fakeness sometimes when it's nice. I don't know how to explain it any further than that. So I feel like you might be going through something similar, where niceness or people being very supportive makes you blind to their true intentions, which could be bad. And I want to say sometimes, because of these situations, this is what they're saying. So because you've trusted the wrong people in the past, because you just assume if somebody's nice that that's a true, their true intention, because it's your true intention, then you've been burned a few times. So now it makes you almost on the side of like erring on the side of caution too cautiously. This is a tough message, but or I'm having a tough time bringing it through for you. Sorry about that. Balance is the key here. So they want you to be aware of your surroundings without relying on them. Okay. And this is to say that no matter if their intentions are good or bad, they want you to show up the same way in your same frequency, however, whoever you are truly and genuinely. And that nobody's compliments or insults should ever be able to take you off of that path, because we know that the only reason anybody is doing either one, either it could be from true intention. By the way, a compliment can come from any place. An insult is always going to come from a place of insecurity and weakness. So we need to be aware that an insult is always going to come from the way somebody feels about themselves, not the way they feel about you. Or if it is about the way they feel about you, it's because you somehow stir up this insecurity within them, which actually means that you are intimidating, or they admire you, is actually the real and your energy there. So insults come from admiration, believe it or don't. And compliments can come from both manipulation or true and genuine intention. However, the reality is, regardless if it comes from either one, they don't want you to be reliant on this energy. So because a compliment naturally does release dopamine, it maybe feels addictive, and we're going to get more. There's this a weird energy coming through here, but you may be addicted to that dopamine hit that, of course, some people find in drugs, or when they do sort of like, I'm getting jumping off of like parachuting or paragliding or whatever, doing things like that. But some of them just come from compliments. And while I want to say, when you've been forced to be uh, accustomed to these things, maybe you're a very beautiful person naturally, like inside or out or both. And so you've become accustomed to these dopamine hits, and you feel like when you don't have them, we got the Justice card here. I want to say there's somebody or something or some people, okay, that are actually trying to compliment you so that they can deter you when they take that away. Okay. They're going to take the dopamine hit away. This is a weird, I don't know if people are consciously aware that they're doing this, because that's crazy to me. But so it's like somebody or people, there might be a group of people here that are gassing you up. Okay. And I love gassing motherfuckers up. Okay. I'm just going to say, I just skipped the F word moments ago, but it's it's here now. And I'm feeling very passionate about this, but I don't understand why anybody would want to do anything but gas people up, and not about things that aren't real. Right. Go gas people up on things that they genuinely are great at, things that you genuinely admire about them. But there's a group of people gassing you up, and they're literally doing it. This is crazy. I don't know, again, it's conscious. It feels conscious, like they're consciously aware that they're going to take this away from you at some point to try to get you to spiral out of control or something like that, to try to get you to. So basically they're saying they need you to build yourself up here because, well, you should always, this confidence, this sureness of yourself should always come from within, because I guess there are people out here that will gas you up just to take that away so that you kind of drop the frequency that you were at. So they raise your frequency by complimenting you. It does naturally do that for you. But then when they take it away, it's like, because you didn't have it didn't come from within. So there's a need for it to come from within. By the way, some easy ways to do that, and I will talk about this in all of my readings if I have to, is by connecting with nature. And of course, taking good, healthy care of yourself, eating very nutrient dense foods, taking supplementation if you're unable to get nutrient dense foods for whatever reason, wherever you are. Sometimes it's because they're not very affordable, although I will say they are much more affordable, even though they seem more expensive, because you need much less of them when there's actual nutrients in them. And the reason why America is running around full but famished is because there is no nutrients in any of the food being provided to us in the grocery stores, in the middle of the grocery store, I should say, and in the like the restaurants. There are a few out there that do have some nutrient dense items, but for the most part, skip those and start eating either things that have grown directly from the earth, or things that have been raised under the sun. Doesn't matter if it's meat or plantation, whatever it is you feel called to fill your body with. But these items are going to keep your brain functioning properly and help that you to see things more clearly. The Seven of Cups is here as well now. And it's like the justice that you deserve is coming from yourself. You can't get this from external sources. And you are going to, because of your, I want to say your auric, you have a very powerful aura. So you're going to attract a lot of people, including people who really would like to see you fail or fall. Now, these people, I'm getting, there's a group of them that they're trying to gas you up or make you feel supported or loved. And these people are only doing that so that they can take that away from you and make you feel lost without them, or lost without that. Um, yes. So don't become reliant on it, is what I want to say. Again, you can appreciate a compliment, whether it's coming from good intention or ill intent, but without relying on it. Okay. And that's where they want you to get to. So making sure that you're full of nutrients. And then, of course, my favorite way is by getting that vitamin D from the sun, being out in the sun as much as you can, and certainly getting as much of your skin connected to the earth as you possibly can. We were intended to run around butt naked in the wild. This is how our bodies were designed. So you can imagine all the things that we've kind of depleted our bodies of by not being out there 100% of the time. Again, with our entire body exposed to all of the things that the natural world has to offer. So again, without getting arrested here, I don't want you to go out there and lay around and roll around in the grass butt naked unless you have a private property that you can do that on. But I do want you to try to get as much of your skin exposed to the earth as you can. So your bare feet in the ground, palms of your hands on trees, skin being kissed by the sun, even if it isn't direct. By the way, if there's cloud coverage, I don't want that to deter you. That will still get you all of the vitamin D you need. Okay. Again, I want you to be aware that there are people who this is sad. This is sad to me because there are people who you think are actually truly supporting you that are not. And then there are people who you think are not supporting that are truly supporting you. It is a hard reality, or a harsh reality that we live in, that we're not all the same. So we can only kind of see people from our own lens, whether that be a wounded lens or a big heart. Okay. Because our rose colored glasses, when you have a good heart, we want to see the best in others, and we want everyone to have good intentions underneath it all. And sometimes, because we can understand the trauma that someone's been through, we understand why they act the way they do. But I want to say that the divine has been downloading this through me for a while now, is that a good heart is a good heart, whether or not they've been damaged or not. And that's why you see the difference in people who take the trauma they've endured and do evil with it, and the people who take the trauma they've endured and do good with it. It's because of their original heart. Nobody is turned to evil because of trauma, and nobody is turned good because of good things. Okay. So there is a need for you to understand that there's just, people are wired differently, and some people don't have good intentions, and no matter what they've endured, their intentions are not good. And then again, people that have really good intentions, no matter what they've endured, their intentions are still good. Again, the trauma can deter a good intentioned person because it can make them think that people are against them when they're not. And again, it can make them rely heavily on the people that they think support them to feel good about themselves when that can only come from within. Now, because there are actual people out here, and it's like saying, literally, I feel like on a very conscious and aware level that are gassing you up only to tear you down when they take that from you and deprive you of that dopamine. So making sure that you're taking good, healthy care of yourself and feeling very solid, getting your auric field nice and strong so that no matter what they do and when they do it, it can't deter your vibration in any way. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. I am going to leave the reading there. I love you so much, and you got this. You're growing, you're healing, and you're a good person. So the divine is always going to be on your side and supporting you. And by the way, I've witnessed firsthand when people do have ill intentions for good intentioned people, they do end up paying for that in some way, not in any vicious, vile ways. The divine doesn't work like that, but they will have to face themselves and others or face themselves alone. So please note that your intentions are certainly going to be given back to you. Justice will be served here, and this is for both sides of the stream. So you, with your good intentions, will certainly be given people with good intentions and things like that. But again, we're waiting until our auric field is healed or stronger. So that we're not relying on those people, because also putting that pressure on others to fulfill us or to validate us isn't healthy, and it's not fair to the others, even if those people are truly good intentioned. And of course, like I said, always soaking up that good energy and enjoying each other and giving it back to each other back and forth is great, but relying on it is actually not fair to the other party. And it's not fair to us, because anything at any time can be taken from us. And we should know that for sure. Even good intentioned people, of course, tragedies happen and things like that, or just we grow apart or life happens. So there's a strong need for you to come from within with all of this energy, not relying heavily on the confirmation from others, and but still being able to enjoy it and embrace it when it does happen. And then of course, not definitely not taking any insults personally, because they are about the person themselves that are giving the insults and not about you. If they're anything about you, it is that you do have just a naturally intimidating aura. Okay, so I love you so much. If you've made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button, and I will see you in the next reading.